Welcome back to the Talking Hedge. I'm Josh Kincaid, and this is your Cannabis Business Podcast. Today, we're here live at the World Trade Center in Seattle. I'm here with Jim Makoso, founder of Lucid Oils. Jim is a cannabis extraction processing professional in the cannabis industry. In January 2015, he co-founded Lucid Lab Group, a cannabis extraction technology company based in Seattle. Jim's vision was to create a scientific approach to cannabis essential oil processing by utilizing customized capital equipment in combination with proven scientific processes. By taking a quality-centric approach, Jim has created a company culture known throughout the industry for quality in product and process. Prior to co-founding Lucid, Jim engaged Vuber Technologies as an angel investor in January of 2014. He joined the business management team, where he held the position of vice president responsible for strategic partnerships and business development until October of 2015. He remained on the board of directors until December of 2016, and by spearheading a business model focused on product development while maintaining a customer-first approach, Vuber has become a leading vaporizer company with strong partnerships that include manufacturers, cultivators, processors, and retailers throughout the U.S. Prior to his involvement in the cannabis industry, Jim was a finance professional in New York for 6 years. He holds an economics degree from Stony Brook University with a focus in business finance. Jim, thanks for being on board.
Thanks for having me.
That's really exciting. I was excited about the CBD to THC ratio of a 1-to-1 back in 2015 as being that euphoric, energetic, uplifting experience. And now that CBD has become mainstream, I think maybe the new thing that we're seeing wholesale, at least what I'm seeing, is CBG and some of those other rare cannabinoids, CBN, THCV. But I believe that the hype you're seeing around CBD is going to eventually become terpenes. I think what people really want is the effects that terpenes can give you, whether it's limonene for that uplifting, or lavender. People are familiar with essential oils and lavender and the calming effects with that. And so terpenes are going to be very, very exciting coming forward. But we'll save that for the last question. The yield, let's jump back into that. So an extractor's yield is the amount of components of interest obtained from an extraction's output. And CO2 extraction yields vary on a number of factors, including starting material, material prep, grind size and consistency, and extraction parameters. In addition, data shows that the varying concentration of CBD and THC can significantly impact the overall time for complete cannabinoid extraction. And so you mentioned that the yield on average in any given day could be somewhere from 3 to 15%, I guess. Is that what I heard you say?
On terpenes?
For the yield for like CO2, for example.
I see. Well, we could look at yield in terms of percentage based on weight. One thing we found in extraction, and we learned this early on. Somebody told first extraction kind of that I learned was hydrocarbon, but in my own facility, when we were doing it commercially and not just as a hobby, was CO2. And we had an Eden Labs high flow 20-liter CO2 extractor, and we were told we should be able to extract 80% potency oil, and we should be able to get 10 to 15% efficiency on the extraction. We found out in pretty short order that that's all BS. At the end of the day, what you get out is what you're able to put in plus your efficiency of extraction plus the extractor. So what you can get from an efficiency standpoint from CO2 to hydrocarbon to ethanol extraction to other types of separations, mechanical separations, dry sifting, all is dependent on all of those factors. So what I will say is all extractors are going for the highest efficiency possible. In my experience, we've gotten the highest efficiency in extraction from ethanol extraction. That's why we switched from CO2 extraction to ethanol extraction, that and a number of other reasons. There are companies out there that are very efficient at extracting with CO2. And when I say efficient, it's tough to say 5 to 15% is what you'll get out. It's always a function of what you have in there. If you have 5% material, 5% potency material, be it CBD or THC, and you're getting out 6% oil, obviously either somebody tested wrong or you're lying. The idea is you can only get what's in there, So as an extractor, it takes me the same amount of time to load into my machine 5% oil or 5% potency material or 25% potency material. The idea is we always want the best quality material because it takes the same amount of time, effort, and energy to extract.
So let me ask this then. How do you produce enough product without compromising quality?
Well, that's pretty straightforward, and that's simple. If you have excellent processes and excellent people, no matter what you put in there, you're going to get the best quality out. The emphasis for extraction in our facility and anyone we work with is always to be the most efficient while keeping it safe and with good people. So, what we produce in, say, Nevada versus what we'll produce in Canada versus what we produce in Washington is all a function of having good SOPs and good people. If you have the same procedures in different markets, no matter what, with good people, you're always going to be able to get to those high efficiencies of extraction with high quality products. So I would say our motto, or really kind of our credo underlying our business, always has been clean, clear, and potent. So we like to produce really clean product. In the case of our distillate, we like to be clear, and transparent, and potency always has to be high. So a function of doing all of those things is never skimming on quality, always following the same procedure no matter where you are in terms of how you extract, and that's how you get to having really consistent quality. And you'll find that there are companies out there, we're not the only ones. There are companies that are just focused on quality. And that's not a popular, stance, because if you focus always on putting out only really high quality products, there's a percentage of material that is not going to meet your standard that others will sell no problem, but that you may have to decide what you're going to do with, either sell it as an edible oil or make another brand with a lower quality and a focus on less quality. Our brand, our consumer red Lucid oils, has always been known for having really, really high quality, which is not always popular as a as a product creator. But from our standpoint, we only produce products that we would consume.
So with that, we're going to roll this one up. I'm Josh Kincaid. This is the Talking Hedge. I want to thank my guest, Jim Makoso with Lucid Oils. Check him out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or don't. And I'm out.